This is a story from Be My Eyes.
Hello everybody, my name is Antonio Quattraro. I live in Florence, Italy. In these last 30 years I am involved in school inclusion, and I give some lectures at university for those who want to work as resource teachers. At present I am president of the Tuscany branch of the Italian Union of the Visually Impaired. As I often say, technology is certainly a solution for independent life, but it also turns to be a real challenge. In fact, many equipment which we use every day present different situations in which technology becomes a real barrier. When I learned about Be My Eyes, that was in 2015, I was enthusiastic about this idea because I, like many other blind persons, need external help in unpredictable situations. About a month ago, in Florence, we had a very cold day. Where I live, we have a central heating system, but that day it was out of service. This happens often, so I bought an air conditioner for summer and for winter. But that day my air conditioner was switched to summer, and I could use the remote control, but it was impossible to be sure that I switched it to winter. So the only solution I had was to call for help through Be My Eyes. Another typical situation is when I work with my big computer with windows and JAWS, and suddenly it stucks. After several attempts, I close the computer and turn it on again, but in this situation the computer will not speak, so the only way I have is to call for sighted help and tell me what happens and what I can do. So my experience is extremely positive, and it is for me amazing that when I call somebody, a voice maybe coming from the other part of the world speaks to me as if he or she lived next door. I often say to my students that the difference between different ability, as they used to talk about blindness, they don't say you are blind, but they say yes, you have different abilities. Okay, between different ability and disability is the right help. That is, the help offered at the right time in the right way. And Be My Eyes makes really the difference.
This was a Be My Eyes story. If you liked it, please share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.